The following is a presentation of the OLSH Sports Network. We welcome you to Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. It's Charger basketball on the OLSH Sports Network as the season's winding down, and the Chargers and Seton LaSalle Rebels will do battle here tonight. Pleasant good evening, everybody. I'm LaSalle alongside Chase Johnson. We're here to bring you what should be a very exciting and a very important game for both these teams, Chase.
Yeah, I mean, basically to break it down tonight, it's basically the battle for the section title here, or a share of it, I should say. We can run down through this, what kind of implications this game has. OLSH currently sets in second place in Section 2-3A with an overall record of 15-4 with a 9-1 record in section. And Seton LaSalle currently sits in first place in Section 2-3A with an overall record of 15-4 and 10-0 in section, which the only section loss for the Chargers is, of course, against Seton LaSalle, which happened earlier on this season, where OLSH lost at Seton LaSalle 51-41 on January the 12th. And tonight, definitely in a packed AAC, it'll definitely be a big night here at OLSH.
Yeah, they're gearing up. As you said, the stands are packed. The student section's full. Should be a loud and rowdy crowd here tonight. And it should be a good game. I think both these teams are up for it, and they're ready for it. And after what happened last night with the girls, when Seton LaSalle,
anything can happen.
Everything's just
it's on the table.
The crescendo is building.
Yeah, and like we said, I mean, not just for the boys, but also for the girls. When I talk about two teams, both of the boys and the girls team, that are kind of building up towards the end of the season, like we exactly said the last few weeks has been happening with both those teams. They're starting to build. Last night, the girls picked up a win against Seton LaSalle, and then tonight, the Chargers also have a chance to pick up a win against Seton LaSalle tonight. And a number 3 ranked Seton LaSalle team at that in the Trib HSSN polls in 3A. So definitely it's a big game tonight. And like I said, it's a great crowd here in the AAC tonight. And it's a huge game. The student section's packed. Everybody's here. And I'm very excited to see how this game's going to go tonight.
Yeah, hey, chalk one up. We all are. We're all sitting here anticipating, and it should be, I keep saying it should be a good one. You hear me say that all season, but this one really should be a good one here tonight. The top 2 teams in section and are going at it to determine if the Chargers win. They pretty much have a share, and it'll be section champions with Seton LaSalle.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, you set it up. They'll be co-champions, and you got 2 teams, 2 very good teams. You have OLSH currently. They're riding into this game on a 6-game winning streak. And you look at Seton LaSalle, their last loss came 2 games ago. They played a 4A opponent in Central Valley. They lost that one 61-56 at the PBC Hall of Fame Classic. Mm-hmm. So obviously their last loss came to a higher classification opponent. But at that, definitely was a close game. And then if you kind of turn the card over, looking at both these teams, OLSH is currently averaging 51.2 points per game. They're only giving up 45 points per game, which is very key for them, because like I've said all year, this is turning into a very big defensive team. Then you look at Seton LaSalle, they're currently averaging 63 points per game, and they're only giving up 54. But as I said, OLSH in their section defensively is leading. They're only giving up 45 points per game. And against a team like Seton LaSalle, that's definitely been a key, and it's going to be a key tonight for the Chargers.
Yeah, I totally agree, Chase. I think the Chargers are going to have to play that tight defense, and Seton LaSalle is going to have to watch out. I think the Chargers might surprise some people tonight, and try to play that inside game. I think what they need to do is play hard in the paint, try to get the big guys in foul trouble early, and take Seton out of their game because they want to control the game with their big guys.
Yeah, no. When I actually got to see this game down at Seton LaSalle, that was kind of the thing that they tried. The Chargers tried to do that early, but they kind of struggled with it. But towards the end of the game, they got into it late, and then everything started to click. And like I said, what the big thing in that game was that the Chargers, they forced Seton LaSalle. They were fouling them a lot, and they were sending them to the line. And like we said, and it's kind of been a problem, but they've been building over it the last few weeks, is the Chargers have struggled at the foul line, but the last few games they've started to put it together. And that's kind of, I feel like, some type of redemption for the Chargers. I feel like, even talking to some of the kids this week, a perfect example is Van Cavals. He's a kid that he's a great kid, a great player, and he kind of looks at this game. He feels like it has a chip on his shoulder, and I feel like the rest of the Chargers team, from what I've understand, they also feel like that. Van also, not just only a really good basketball player, but also a really good football player. He picked up another Division I offer this week. He picked that up for Miami of Ohio this past weekend, and then on top of that, so he picked that up on Sunday. He was there on Sunday, so he had a busy weekend ahead of him. So Friday and Saturday, he actually, after they beat South Park on Friday 70-60, that night him and his family actually drove to Kentucky to have a visit at Kentucky also. So he was there. He was on the road both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So a long weekend for him, but definitely a great player, and he's kind of been that guy that kind of holds the glue together for the Chargers. But then again, I'll say it, we said it earlier on, there's a freshman phenom for the Chargers in Tiernan McCullough, who continues to improve each and every week, and it seems like he is continues to be extremely lethal from beyond the three-point line. Last week in their win against South Park, he ended up with 25 points. So, I mean, he continues to improve. And actually, if you look at statistically, since in their 6-game winning streak that they currently have coming in tonight, he has scored more points in every one of those games that he's been in. So it continues to build. Yes. So, I mean, if you look at it, when this streak first started against Keystone Oaks, he had 12. Brentwood, he had 14. Stowe Rocks, he had 16. Carlington, he had 17. Then it started to kind of fizzle out. He had 18 against Steel Valley. Then South Park, he kind of erupted and had 25. So I feel like tonight, Tiernan McCullough continues with his streak of points. He's poised to have a big night, and I think this is the coming out party tonight for Tiernan McCullough.
Yeah, that South Park game, he was lights out from beyond the arc. It was like he could throw it up between his legs, and it was going in and hitting nothing but nylon. He was just red, white hot. And I think he's going to be a factor for Seton LaSalle. They're going to have to control him, and they might have to do like a boxing one. I wouldn't be surprised they do like a boxing one or triangle two on the Chargers to try to control the guards.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, I mean, when you're trying to control a player like Tiernan McCullough, but the thing is about the Chargers, that's not the only guy that can score for them either. Because they as a team, if you really look at it, they're lethal from beyond the arc. Out of their 5 starters, all 4 of them can shoot from beyond the arc. Consistently, the ones that you can highlight, obviously, is McCullough. You can also highlight Greg Menard, and you can also highlight Jake Johnson. And then Austin Absek doesn't usually shoot a ton of threes from beyond the arc, but he has shown in the past that he can hit them if need be. And then Van Cavals, obviously, a force underneath. He can put the ball in the basket. He can block. He can get rebounds. We've seen multiple games where he's had 5 blocks and 5 rebounds. And another game like this, last time when they played Seton LaSalle, he had that type of game. If I'm correct off the top of my head, he had 7 blocks and 8 rebounds, but no points. So that was a big thing for him. But the reason for that is because he got foul trouble early. And that's something that I hope the Chargers can definitely avoid tonight.
Yeah, we've seen that with Van, where he gets into foul trouble, and then we don't see him for a quarter or so. They need to keep him out of foul trouble so he can play his aggressive game. When he's playing aggressive and free out there, he's tough to beat.
Oh, extreme. Like you said, I mean, you highlighted on it. When he plays tough and he's able to play tough, completely different player.
Yeah.
And tonight, in games like these, in an atmosphere like this tonight, you got to be able to play like that, and I really do expect him to kind of be that force tonight.
Another player to keep an eye on for the Chargers anyway is coming off the bench for the last several games. He's really improved this game is Gino Williams. He comes in. He's an aggressive player who's not afraid of the contact. In fact, he goes for the contact in the paint. He'll go in amongst the trees, throw it up there, and he'll get to the foul line a lot. And I think that when I was talking earlier, they need to play in the paint and draw the fouls. I think they can use Gino in that role.
Yeah, so you talking about that. When I was at the Seton LaSalle game earlier in the year in January, Gino actually came in off the bench. It was kind of a different setup for the Chargers. Obviously, Gino came off the bench, but he actually came in, and a guy to highlight for Seton LaSalle is Nick Skaworski. Gino actually was on him a majority of the time when he was in, and in the first half, I think Skaworski, off the top of my head, had 17 points. In the second half, Gino was in, and Skaworski did not score a single bucket.
Nice.
And that's when I talk about defensive prowess for the Chargers. When you got a guy like that can come in and play defense and shut a guy down, that's big. But like I said, it worked for the Chargers, but in the tail end, if you can't hit your free throw shots, you're not going to win games. And that's exactly what happened in that game for the Chargers.
Another guy to look out for the Chargers coming back off the injury a couple games ago is Luka Grisafi. Don't forget, he was the starter before he got hurt, and then Tiernan got the opening, and he just kicked the door open and took over. But Luka is another great player that can come in off the bench and shoot the three.
Yeah, no, 100%. He can come off the bench, shoot the three, and from what I've talked to some people, he's also a sneaky good defender
Yep.
And he's really good at that. And having a guy like that now, since you have the emergence of Tiernan McCullough, that just gives you more depth coming off the bench. I mean, you look at some of the bench guys. You have Luka Grisafi. You have Gino Williams. You have Patrick Altmar, who's another big guy for the Chargers. And then another one that we kind of saw a little bit of action from these two over the last few weeks is Frankie Ingrid and then also Tommy Moses, which both those guys give you quality minutes coming off the bench.
Well, we're coming up on opening tip. We're going to step aside. We'll come back, give you the starting lineups, and get this show on the road here, Chase. So don't you go away. We'll be right back here at the AAC. It's the Chargers and the Rebels here on the OLSH Sports Network.
I personally love the family environment of OLSH, and that's what I saw from my first day coming in as a freshman. Everybody was kind and helpful.
All the teachers and all the students, we all treat each other like family, so it's more like a homey type feel.
You get to know everyone who goes here.
It's like a community. Everyone's together and we're all just like a family.
I think I've grown more religious through the teachings and understanding the religion better.
With the amazing theology teachers and getting the chance to go to church every week, it's definitely expanded my faith.
Different things like Cairo retreat or being able to come to confession or go to adoration here in the chapel every day gives you really a good opportunity to connect with God and express their faith and not feel shy about it.
The teachers are incredible. They make you feel like one of their own kids.
I feel comfortable going to them at any time for whatever the need be, and I know they always have my back to help me.
They get to know you personally and get to help you in different ways.
They're not just worried about your grades, they're worried about how your feelings are. They care about you more.
OLSH is a place where you can get involved in a bunch of different things.
It sets you up for college.
It's a school full of many opportunities that'll help you grow, not just spiritually, but also just as a person in general.
OLSH is one big family. Everybody knows everybody.
OLSH is challenging adventure and it really just is an amazing experience.
We welcome you back to the AAC, the Old Sports Network's presentation of Charger basketball. All the hype, all the talk, all the pregame stuff, we're ready to go, aren't we?
This game has it all, and I will say it's been a long time since I've been in a basketball atmosphere like this, and tonight this has the feel of a playoff game. It really does.
Oh, yeah.
It truly does, and honestly, if you really look at it, it has that kind of feel and thought to it.
We can't really hear Matt Fargo, so we'll go over the starting lineups here. Well, we'll wait because they'll be doing the national anthem.
Yes.
After national anthem, we'll do the starting lineups for both these teams. I was going to see if he could come over. Matt Fargo's doing PA tonight. I was going to have him come over and do the starting lineups for us as well, but here's the national anthem. Oh, no, not yet. I'm standing already. I'm ready. So, Chargers have 3 more games left on their schedule. Well, 2 more after tonight.
Yeah.
Keystone Oaks. We'll be doing that one on Friday down there at Keystone Oaks. And then they'll close out the season with their senior recognition against Rochester right here at the AAC on Monday evening. Seton LaSalle, same thing. They've got a game against Stowe Rocks on Friday. And then on Monday, they play South Fayette. It's probably going to be their senior recognition as well. So, went over the numbers. I mean, the Chargers with a win could possibly end up with a section championship, co-section championship with Seton LaSalle, depending on how the final section game goes with both of these teams. But they are definitely, both these teams are definitely in the playoffs. They've locked that up. But actually, the girls have too. So, both the Charger basketball teams are in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. They're both locked in.
Here's the national anthem. We'll listen in. Now for the starting lineups for these two squads. First for the visiting Seton LaSalle Rebels, head coach Mark Walsh will send this lineup out there. Starting at a guard position is a 5'9 senior, number 2, Eli Smith. At a guard, the junior at 6'1 is number 5, Patrick Weldon. Starting at a forward is a senior at 6'6, number 10, Hayden Merchant. Starting at a guard is a senior at 6'2, number 14, Ian Marsh. And starting at center is senior, 6'5 senior, number 33, Nick Sikorsky. Again, for the Rebels, it's Smith, Weldon, Merchant, March, and Sikorsky. And for your Chargers, head coach is Mike Rodriguez. He will send this squad out. Starting at a guard position is sophomore, 5'10", number 1, Austin Avsek. At a forward position is junior at 6'5", number 4, Van Cables. A 6'2 freshman guard is number 14, Tiernan McCullough. The 6'2 sophomore forward is number 22, Jake Johnson. And a senior guard at 6'1" is number 23, Greg Minard. Again, for your Chargers, it's Avsek, Cables, McCullough, Johnson, and Minard.
Yeah, now, if you, real quick, we can highlight both these coaches since they've been coaching for so long, and they've been going against each other for the last few years. Mark Walsh, currently in his 12th season at Seton LaSalle. He currently has an overall record of 282 and 182. He has coached 12 seasons at Seton LaSalle from 2011 to the present, and then he also coached 7 seasons at Bishop Canevin from 1998 to 2004. Head coach Mike Rodriguez for the Chargers. He's in his 20th season. He has an overall record of 408 and 102. He had coached 4 years at Windber from 1996 to 1999, and he's been at OLSH from 2008 to present day. That's 16 years.
Wow. Some storied coaching going on here.
Yes.
You caught a glimpse there real quick as the camera panned by him real quick. The student section for OLSH, the theme must be black because everybody's wearing black.
Yep, blackout night. That's the theme for tonight.
I didn't go on the fan zone tab and find out what was going on, but it'll be Merchant and Cables to get this one started here at center court. We are underway, and it'll be the Rebels with the ball. Quickly, it's Smith. Hands it off. Sikorsky. 3-ball on the way, off the iron. Cables had it for a moment. Avsek ends up with it. Here come the Chargers. McCullough over on the far wing, hands it off to Johnson now. Cables up top. Minard. Avsek turned away by the trees. Here's Johnson, hands it off to McCullough. Quickly on him was Merchant. There's Minard. He'll launch a 3. That's rims in and out. And Merchant comes down with the rebound. Here come the Rebels. Still no score, just underway. Into the corner. Up, and Patrick Weldon gets the Rebels on the board. Avsek now to Greg Minard. Hands it off to the freshman. McCullough, he'll launch a 3 from long range. No good. Tracked down by Cables. Van into the corner, gets it out to Johnson. Knocked out of his hands. They're going to say off the Chargers. It'll be Rebel ball. To the dismay of the student section. Merchant now will bring it up. Works against McCullough. March to Merchant.
Yeah, right there, Al. It looked like Eli Smith. He looked like he was hurt. It looked like head coach Mark Walsh wanted an injury time out there, and he kind of got it late.
Yeah. Well, in for him is Charlie Crummy. He has the ball right there. Inside the Merchant, in the paint. Little turnaround shot. No good. Johnson with the rebound. And here come the Chargers. Up to McCullough. Avsek now on the logo. Austin goes down the lane, kicks it out to Johnson. He will launch an uncontested 3. Rims in and out. Cables with the rebound. Chargers reset. McCullough goes down the paint. Off the glass and in.
I'll tell you what, Al, offensive rebound is going to be a huge thing for this game for the Chargers tonight, especially with Van Cables on the board.
Sikorsky up top. Crummy. He launches a 3 and he's good. Avsek now brings it up. He'll go into the paint, kick it out to McCullough. Open 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Weldon. Taken away by McCullough. He goes to the hoop. He draws the foul. He'll be shooting twice.
And now let's see. Let's hope tonight that the Chargers and their free throw woes do not continue.
Foul goes against Weldon, his first. McCullough off the iron, and here we go.
It's like I said, Al, that was one thing I was worried about.
Charity stripe woes continue for the Chargers. He goes 1 for 2. It's Merchant. Hands it off to Crummy. Over to March. Sikorsky in the middle. The baseline. A reverse layup there. Sikorsky's good for the 2. Avsek will slow it down. Works against Crummy. Minard. Set out to Avsek. Avsek, lane opens up. He hands it off to Johnson instead. Minard now. 4.5 to go in the first. McCullough will bring it into the paint. Little floater, rolls it in. It's a 2-point game. 4:20 to go here in the first. Crummy has the ball. He'll set the offense. Over to Merchant. Inside. Walked away by Cables, and it goes out of bounds. Off of Weldon. Charger ball. Cables says, get that out of here.
That's exactly what I said, Al. A guy like him, gonna have to play like that all night tonight.
4:10 to go. Chargers now can tie it up on this trip. Avsek works against Crummy. Little spin move at the elbow. Tied up, gets it over to Minard. Minard goes baseline. Waits. Gets it out to Johnson. Almost intercepted. That should be an offensive foul. It is. Right idea, but he lowered the shoulder, Chase.
Yeah, right idea, but when you lower your shoulder like that and the guy's going to go down, they're going to call that almost every time.
Yeah. Under 4 to go here in the first. Merchant brings it up. Over to Crummy. Downtown 3. Off the iron. Easy rebound for Minard. Here come the Chargers. Avsek gets it over to Cables at the elbow. McCullough thought about the 3. Over to Minard. Into the corner. From the wing. Minard for the 3. And the Chargers take the lead. March. Crummy, they work it around the perimeter. Sikorsky baseline into the paint. Kicks it out. 3 ball. Badly offline from Merchant. There's Minard. Johnson now from the wing. That ball was tipped into the backcourt. Up ahead to McCullough now. Under 3 to go. Avsek tried to drive it in, kicks it out. Minard from the corner, he drains another 3. Greg Minard makes it a 4-point lead for the Chargers. 3 on the way. Nothing but net from Weldon. And it's a 1-point game.
Tell you what, Al, we're in for fireworks tonight, my man. We are.
Minard to Avsek. Avsek goes into the paint. Little floater. He'll put it in.
What a crossover there by Avsek.
That was a nice move in the paint. It really was. Into the corner. 3 on the way. He'll drain it. Weldon with another one.
Like I said, fireworks, Al.
Under 2 to go here. Minard has hit 2 from over there. He elects to come back up top to Avsek. Down the paint, kicks it out to McCullough. He gets the 3 and the foul.
What a start, Al. Has a chance to complete the 4-point play.
Williams comes in. Kosafi comes in for the Chargers. Foul goes against Merchant, his first. Smith comes back in for Seton LaSalle. Shot no good. Here's Smith. Glad to see him back in the game. And that one, errant pass, unforced error, turnover. Charger ball with 1:36 left here in the first.
I tell you what, Al, this atmosphere we got going on
it's wild
right now, it is.
Student section really is getting things cranked up over there. Grisafi to McCullough. McCullough goes baseline. Fall back jumper, and it's good for 2. 5-point lead for the Chargers. Here's Smith. To Merchant. Back to Smith. Weldon. To March. Back to Weldon. They're working around. Smith intercepted by Williams. Kicks it back out. Luke Grisafi can't get the 3 to go, but he tracks down his own rebound. Back out to Johnson. He'll launch a 3. Johnson with the 3. 8-point lead for the Chargers. Mark Walsh is getting upset over there. Weldon with another 3. He can't get this one to go, but Sikorsky will clear the boards. Sikorsky works against Cables. Smith will launch a 3. He's good for the 3. Comes Grisafi across the timeline. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first. Cables, Grisafi, 3 from top of the key. Can't get it to go. Cables can't get the putback. He gets his own rebound. They scramble for it. Get a push foul on Seton LaSalle. This one's going to go against, I believe, March is going to get this.
Yeah, now Mark Walsh is not happy about that call over there.
Well, anytime you got a player on the ground, which Cables was, and you fall on top of him, you're going to get that foul.
100% every time.
14 seconds to go. Cables comes out. And Altmar comes in. A foul on Johnson on the inbound play.
That's something you got to watch now because Johnson now currently has 2 fouls.
Yes. Yeah. And he comes out. I think Minard come back in. It's Marchant to Smith. To March. 3 on the way, no good. Grisafi pulls it down. Tried a 3/4 court pass. It doesn't go. But the Chargers have the lead as we end the first here at the AAC. It is the Chargers 21 and Seton LaSalle 16. We'll let you watch the cheerleaders and enjoy them. And the fireworks have started, Chase.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, it's coming from both sides. I mean, we run down through the scoring real quick in the first quarter. We'll start with Seton LaSalle. Patrick Weldon currently leads with 8 points. Eli Smith has 3, and Nick Sikorsky has 2. Looking over at the Chargers, you want to talk about fireworks, Kieran McCullough currently has 9 points. The next leading scorer is Greg Menard with 6, Jake Johnson with 5, and Austin Avsek with 2.
Hey, join us on Wednesday, February 7th at 7 p.m. as OLSH Speaker Series welcomes Roberto Clemente Jr. This event's free and open to the public. Visit olsh.org/speaker series to register. Altmar with a tip-in. Largest lead for the Chargers, either team at 7 here. March hands it off to Smith. Smith works against Avsek. Kicks it over to the corner. Into the lineup is Will Martin. Altmar with the rebound after the second try by Merchant. Minard gets it into Altmar. Patrick Off the glass, can't get it to go. Williams with the rebound, and he gets fouled. I think that's going to be Smith over the back.
Yeah, I was going to say, look, his arm was definitely wrapped up there at Gino Williams. I was stunned that foul wasn't called earlier.
Eli Smith picks up his team's first. Williams at the line with 2. Yep. Checking in is Keanu Brooks, and Merchant will have a seat. Hayden Merchant for Seton LaSalle. Just underway here in the second. And he goes 1 for 2. It's an 8-point lead for the Chargers. Smith now works it up. Weldon fakes against Williams. Over to Smith. Against Avsek. Weldon, little spin around move. Rebound brought down by Brooks. He goes up. Rebound no good. Altmar's going to pick up the foul for the Chargers. Student section doesn't like it, but that was the right call.
Yeah, they did not like that one, but that was definitely the right call.
Patty Altmar picks up his first. Puts Ian March at the line. Can't get the first one to go. I believe it's the first trip to the line for Seton LaSalle, is it not? And he goes 1 for 2. Avsek now gets it up to Grisafi. Directing a little traffic. Avsek has it back. Into the corner it goes to Minor. Grisafi now top of the key. Works against Smith. Man defense for Seton LaSalle. Grisafi tried to go baseline. He goes down and throws it out, but Avsek is there to clean up the mess. 6:20 to go here in this half. Coach Rodriguez calling out a play. Avsek now. Altmar down the lane, floats it too hard. Grisafi with the rebound, the putback. No good. Altmar has it knocked out of his hands. And it's March with the rebound. Empty trip up the floor that time for the Chargers. Now, as the Chargers working in their own man defense. Smith with the long 2, no good. Here comes Minard, loses the ball, taken away by Smith, and he has a travel. No, he said he slid out. My understanding is you could slide all over as long as you don't turn. You can slide the length of the court and it's not a travel. But he went across the baseline and it'll be Charger ball. He slid probably a good 6 feet.
Yeah, he definitely did.
McCullough now will trigger in for the Chargers. They get it into Grisafi. Avsek works against Brooks. McCullough now to Avsek. Through it. Oh, I thought that hit a foot, and maybe it didn't. Brooks now comes up with some numbers. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Minard. It'll stay with Seton LaSalle with 5:28 left here in the half. Brooks now top of the key. Go down the paint, lay it up, blocked by Altmar. He gets the rebound, hands it off to Grisafi. Luca off the side of the backboard. Rebound by Weldon. Here comes Seton LaSalle. It's Weldon. March. Hands it off to Merchant. Merchant works against Grisafi. Merchant rolls it in. 5-point lead for the Chargers. 4:45 to go in the half. Avsek throws it up, no good. It's Merchant with the rebound. Ball's knocked out of his hands. Grisafi lays it up, won't go in. Avsek with the rebound. He gets a block and Merchant ends up with it. Here comes Weldon into the paint. Looking for somebody to go to. He finds March, and that one's rejected by Altmar. Defense and not so good ball handling by both these teams right now. A little sloppy play.
You're kind of getting a little bit of a cool down point right now.
Get a timeout called. But, timeout called by OLSH. Coach Rodriguez calls the timeout. 30-second timeout. Hey, there's no better way to see yourself as an OLSH student than to become an OLSH Charter for a day. All 8th grade students and transfers to grades 10 and 11 are invited to join us as a shadow for the day and experience firsthand what it's like to be a student here at OLSH. Students will be assigned a Charger Ally, which is your host for the day. You'll attend classes, meet the teachers and students, and eat lunch on us. Register for your experience at www.olsh.org/visit. So tomorrow's that speaker series with Roberto Clemente Jr.
Yeah, that's definitely something. Something about OLSH that I really like is they do those periodically throughout the year. And I actually got the chance to go to one last fall, and I actually really enjoyed it. And that tomorrow night, I might actually end up getting tickets to that one. The more and more we talk about it, the more. And plus, it's Roberto Clemente Jr.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you've never heard him speak, he's a great speaker.
Yes.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the half. Avsek with the ball. Double dribble. It's like Luca Grisafi's going to come in. Coach Rodriguez wasn't happy with that. And Avsek will have a seat. 3:52 to go here in the half. It's Merchant to Brooks on the wing. Up top. Inside to Weldon. Knocked away by Cables. Here come the Chargers. Grisafi will carry the mail. Direct traffic. Hands it off to Minard. Greg, the senior. Cables underneath. Traveled. Cables said, who, me?
I'm going to be honest with you there, Al. I'm a little skeptical on that call, but he kind of went straight up on that a little bit.
He kind of like moved his feet a little bit. Brooks has a seat. Sikorsky checks back in for Seton LaSalle as Merchant brings it up. 3:15 to go. Sikorsky, top of the key. Get it inside. He'll turn around. Too strong. Cables comes down with it off the shot from Martin. Tier to McCullough. Can't get it to go. Sikorsky with the rebound. Martin hands it off. Shot by Merchant, no good. Merchant with the bucket. And it's a three-point game. Seton LaSalle coming all the way back. They were down by 9 at one point. McCullough to Minard. Williams. Gino works against Weldon. McCullough. Off of McCullough's knee, knocked out of his hands by Ian March. Turnover, Charger. It'll be Rebels ball. As Martin has a seat, Crummy comes back in for Seton LaSalle. The freshman, 5'7". To Merchant. To Weldon. Baseline. Minor tried to stop it, but we're all 1 point game now. Minard, 2 minutes to go. McCullough. Over to Grisafi. Minard. Goes into the paint. Cables. He'll slam it home.
Wow. That's all I can say.
That one gets the student section going.
He's been talking about that for weeks now.
Yeah, he was wanting to do that the last game, didn't get a chance. Crummy with the long three, hard off the iron. Grisafi brings it down, under a minute and a half to go. Kicks it off into the corner. Minor, too strong with the three. March has the rebound, and he'll bring it up. Hands it off to Crummy, loses it momentarily. Weldon, long three. Nothing but net. And we are all knotted at 26. 60 seconds to go here in the half. Would you want it any other way? Grisafi directing traffic in a very loud gym right now. Minard loses it momentarily. 45 seconds to go. Minard works against Weldon, gets double teamed. Off of Weldon, Charger ball with 40 seconds to go. Weldon, Coach Walsh over there working the refs. He was wanting that call to go his way. Little miscommunications picked up by Cables. Minard ends up with it. 30 seconds to go. McCullough, a little sloppy play here for the Chargers. Grisafi, 24 seconds to go. Minard now. 15 seconds. McCullough knocked away by Weldon. Here comes Seton LaSalle with 10 seconds. Spin move in the paint. Weldon, underhand layup, gives Seton LaSalle the lead with 3 seconds left. Whoa, that one scraped the net. That one was that close to giving the Chargers the lead. That will bring us to the half. As Seton LaSalle and the Chargers locked in a good one at Seton LaSalle. 28, your Chargers 26 at halftime. Don't you dare go away. We'll be right back. After these messages.
I personally love the family environment of OLSH, and that's what I saw from my first day coming in as a freshman. Everybody was kind and helpful.
All the teachers and all the students, we all treat each other like family, so it's more like a homey type feel.
You get to know everyone who goes here.
It's like a community. Everyone's together and we're all just like a family.
I think I've grown more religious through the teachings and understanding the religion better.
With the amazing theology teachers and getting the chance to go to church every week, it's definitely expanded my faith.
Different things like Cairo retreat or being able to come to confession or go to adoration here in the chapel every day gives you really a good opportunity to connect with God and express their faith and not feel shy about it.
The teachers are incredible. They make you feel like one of their own kids.
I feel comfortable going to them at any time for whatever the need be, and I know they always have my back to help me.
They get to know you personally and get to help you in different ways.
They're not just worried about your grades, they're worried about how your feelings are. They care about you more.
OLSH is a place where you can get involved in a bunch of different things.
It sets you up for college.
It's a school full of many opportunities that'll help you grow not just spiritually, but also just as a person in general.
OLSH is one big family. Everybody knows everybody.
OLSH is challenging adventure, and it really just is an amazing experience.
Welcome back to the AAC. Chargers and the Rebels locked in a good one. It's section number 1 and number 2 going at it. And hey, the number 1 is 2 points ahead right now, Chase.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, it's exactly what we thought and exactly what you would want in a very heightened atmosphere type game as you have here at the AAC tonight, especially with this great student section that OLSH has so far tonight. But we'll run down through the scoring. We'll start with the visiting Rebels. Currently, Patrick Weldon currently leads the Rebels with 15 points. The next leading scorer for them will be Hayden Merchant, who has 4. Then after that, you have the freshman guard, Charlie Crummy, with 3. Also with 3 is Eli Smith. And then to round out the scoring for the Rebels, Nick Skorsky has 2, and Ian March has 1. Flipping over to the Chargers, the leading scorer currently is Tiernan McCullough with 9. After that, it is Greg Menard with 6, and then Jake Johnson with 5. And then you have a few players tied up with 2 points. You have Patrick Altmar with 2, Van K-Balls with 2, Austin Avsek with 2, and then Gino Williams rounds out the scoring for the Chargers with 1.
Again, the Chargers doing what they do. If you're getting in the game, you got a chance to score. Right?
Yes.
They spread the scoring out. There's no one person normally that is like way out there in front of everybody. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, when you say about like spreading the scoring out, everybody actually, if you look at it, that has been in the game so far has scored for the Chargers. And like you said, you could run down through this, but it's something to highlight, I'd say, for the Chargers and for Seton LaSalle is that Tiernan McCullough there didn't score in the second quarter. Started off really hot with 9 points, then ended up kind of taping off there. He currently has 9. And then, if you flip it over to Seton LaSalle, Patrick Weldon kind of came alive there in the first half, like I said, with 15 points and 3 threes. So definitely something that the Chargers are going to have to work on here in the second half is shutting down a player like him.
No doubt about it. Hey, get some bookwork done here. Don't forget the 34th annual Love Walk for the Poor, sponsored by the OLSH Campus Ministry, is going to take place at OLSH this Sunday, February 11th. So visit OLSH's Facebook page at www.facebook.com/OLSH for more information. Don't forget, you can get your Charger essentials at www.olshgear.com. Anything from sweatshirts to pajama pants to hats. Hey, we got you covered. Gear up for the latest Charger fashions to support your favorite teams during the winter season. You also want to save the date for the OLSH Spring Open House. That's Thursday, March 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. Explore all that OLSH has to offer and see just exactly what makes OLSH the best independent Catholic high school in our region. Don't forget, if you're interested in supporting our OLSH Chargers, visit www.olshathletics.org and check out the fundraiser section in the Fan Zone tab for the latest fundraising opportunities. And as always, if you want more information on the Chargers, for roster stories and more, visit www.olshathletics.org. Special thanks go out to our website sponsor, Covenant Financial Advisors. Sister Francine, I see you sitting over there. She's wanting to be part of the student section. She's a sister box over there. (28-26), Seton LaSalle with the halftime lead. This one is potentially could be the game for the section title.
Yes, no, 100%. Like you look at it, definitely can be. I mean, both these teams both have 2 games left. Both of them have 1 conference game left, a section game, I should say. And something to highlight, I mean, obviously, OLSH has Keystone Oaks on February 9th, and then Seton LaSalle also has Stowe Rocks on February the 9th. Those are 2 big conference games for both these guys, and to highlight both these teams OLSH had an earlier game against them that was very close in Keystone Oaks, and then also LaSalle also had a close game against Stowe Rocks earlier on in the season. If I correct, the Stowe Rocks game, LaSalle only won that game 57-55, and the Keystone Oaks game for the Chargers, that one was 43-40. So definitely, I wouldn't say that those are guaranteed wins. They're definitely two very tough section games for both teams. But like you said, I mean, it really does. I truly think this boils down to whoever wins this game wins the section. Either you're going to win it or you're going to win a share of it.
Oh, absolutely. And you say Stowe Rocks. Stowe Rocks has worked themselves into a playoff position right now. They are actually tied coming into tonight. They are tied with South Park in third place in the section. So right now in our section, it would be Seton LaSalle, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, South Park, and Stowe Rocks. So Seton LaSalle doesn't have an easy way to go in their last section game, and the Chargers don't either. I mean, Keystone Oaks is out of the playoff, right now, but Keystone Oaks always plays OLSH tough.
Yeah, and I will say real quick is that both these teams, their last two games aren't cakewalks either.
No, and Rochester for OLSH is not going to be, but that has nothing to do with the section.
Yes.
Here we go. Seton LaSalle has the ball as we get things started. They have the ball and a 2-point lead. Sikorsky from the elbow. Can't get the roll. Johnson can't save it. Goes out of bounds. Seton LaSalle will keep the ball just underway here in the third quarter. Merchant gets it into Sikorsky. Crumley to Merchant from the free throw line. Off the glass, misses badly. Cables clears that. Here comes the Chargers. Austin Avsek. Austin, slow it down, looks over the situation. Kicks it out to Minard. Thought about the three from the wing. Johnson won't think about it. He's traveled. Shuffled his feet to get himself into position. Turnover. Here comes the Rebels. It'll be Crummy, the freshman, works against Austin Avsek. To Merchant. Down to the baseline. Back out to Weldon. Brings it into the paint. Spin move against McCullough. Can't get it to go. Cables clears the glass. Avsek now back up. No scoring here in the third quarter. Thus far, McCullough from the free throw line misses badly. Rebound ends up in Sikorsky's hands. The freshman Crummy gets it up ahead. Merchant. Long three, and he'll drain it. And it's a 5-point lead for the Rebels. Avsek loses it momentarily. Hands it off to Minard. Sikorsky reaching in. Avsek now. Austin with approaching 6 minutes to go here in the third. Another travel. Chargers. Defensive pressure causing the Chargers to take that extra little step. 6 minutes to go. Merchant handling the ball, the 6'6" senior. That one misses badly, but goes into the hands of March over to Weldon. He'll lose it out of bounds. Well, they're saying off the Chargers, and the students section doesn't like that. They was right there in front of them. Merchant will trigger it in from the baseline. Gets it into Sikorsky from the top of the key. Three on the way. He'll miss badly. Goes into the hands. Sikorsky ends up with it. Spin move, underhand layup. He'll lay it up and in. And it's the largest lead for Seton LaSalle here at 7 points. Avsek to Johnson. Cables. Minard to Avsek in the paint. Nowhere to go with it. He'll bring it back out. Smart move. To Minard to Johnson. Johnson to the elbow. McCullough has the ball knocked out of his hands. Sikorsky ends up with it. Merchant now launches. That's a 2. No good. Cables tips the ball. Ends up in the Chargers' hands. Here comes McCullough. 2-on-2. He gets fouled. I think March is going to get called for this one on the floor. Nope. Crummy picks up the foul. His first. Avsek hands it off the Cables from the 3-throw line. Minard for 3 from the corner. No good. Sikorsky reaches high and pulls it down for the Rebels. Merchant, pull-up jump shot. He's good for 2 from the elbow. Timeout called by Coach Rodriguez. 30-second timeout. Right now it's all Rebels. They open up a 9-point lead.
Looks like we have some confusion
on who called the timeout. I think both coaches were calling it. We'll see here.
Timeout Chargers.
Oh, Chargers. 30-second timeout. Okay. Anyway. Hey, save the date. This year's annual OLSH auction will take place on Saturday, April 20th at the Pittsburgh Airport Marriott Hotel. So if that's the case, Chargers have 3 timeouts remaining, and Seton LaSalle has yet to use one.
Yep. Still looks like we have some confusion. That looks like it seems like where the ball is going to be inbound.
I think Coach Walsh, I think he was told that it's a spot trigger, but the Chargers have run at a baseline because that was off the point. Avsek to Minor. We're back underway. Avsek now under 4.5 to go here in the third. Baseline by McCullough, has it knocked out of his hands. Comes out to Johnson. Jump ball. It stays with the Chargers. Coach Rodriguez wanted a foul. Avsek will have a seat as Grisafi checks back in for the Chargers. Johnson to McCullough. Into the corner to Minard. Bring it up top. Calls Luca back out to handle the ball. Coaching 4 minutes to go here in the third. Minard. Cables works against Sikorsky. He's good for the 2. In college ball, that could have been a foul against Sikorsky for flopping.
Yep.
Merchant from the elbow, no good. Cables skies high to pull it down. Chargers trying to cut into that lead. Grisafi works against Crummy. Luca hands it off to Minard. Gotta love the student section, Doctor. Inside, Johnson has it knocked out of his hands, and it's a foul. Question is, who's the foul on? Sikorsky, I think. Oh, no. Yep, Sikorsky picks it up. Second on Seton LaSalle. Johnson at the line for a couple. Good for the first.
Yeah, now I will say, these Chargers, you might have to end up playing a little bit of bully ball here underneath is what they've kind of done these last few offensive sets.
Yeah.
Which, when you got a guy like Van Cables, it's definitely something you can do.
Yeah. And Patty Altmar's starting to get a little strong under the bucket, too. There's a shot, no good. Here comes Minard back for the Chargers. A little stutter step. Gets it out to Cables at the elbow. Back to Minard. Gregg brings it back up top, and they'll settle it down to Luca. Johnson will go baseline. Hands it off to Luca. Grisafi brings it back up top. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third. Luka into the paint, hands off to Johnson. From the elbow, fall away jump shot. Weldon comes down with it. Up ahead to Sikorsky. He gets the bucket and the foul. Minor will be signaled for that one. Minor picks up his first on the Chargers. Avsek and Altmaier will check in for the Chargers. Cables and McCullough will have a seat. Coach Rodriguez over there talking to his freshman. Sikorsky at the line. He completes the three-point play, and it's back to an 8-point lead. Avsek now works against Crummy. Hands it off to Grisafi. To Patty Altmaier. Avsek. Give away. Here comes March down the court. Hands it off to Merchant. All the way across to Weldon. March to Merchant. Crummy has it. Avsek working on him. Ball's tipped, but it gets into the hands of Merchant. Merchant from the elbow. Too strong. Gets his own rebound. Back up again. No good. Sikorsky would have put back. No good. Altmaier tips it out. Merchant. Merchant's going to be shooting two. Minor picks up his second, team second. Merchant at the line. Misses the first. .142 up on the scoreboard clock here in the third. And he goes 1 for 2. Seton LaSalle has matched their largest lead at 9. 1:40 to go. To Safi. 90 seconds to go here in the third. To Johnson. Williams in the lineup now for the Chargers. Altmaier looking for somebody to pass to. He finds Grisafi. To Minard. Minute 15 to go. Johnson works against March. Off of Altmaier. They're going to say it was tipped. Sikorsky gets his hands on it, knocks it out of bounds with a minute 9 left. Minard to trigger. That one's off a foot. We'll do it again. It's it back up top to Grisafi. Johnson. Altmaier sets the screen. That one's taken away. Saved by Johnson. Cross court. McCullough hands it off to Grisafi. I'm sorry, that was Altmaier to Grisafi. 45 seconds to go here in the third. Grisafi tries to work it in against Merchant. Johnson with a step back three. He's puts it in.
It's a huge bucket.
That was big, yeah. 25 to go here. Chargers need a stop right here. 6-point lead for Seton LaSalle. Sikorsky from the wing. Down the lane. That was too easy for Merchant. 9 seconds to go. Grisafi looking for somebody to go to. Minard, somebody needs to throw it up here. Grisafi puts it up. Almost went. That would have been a 3. And that's the end of 3. It is. Seton LaSalle 41, OLSH 33. We'll look at the Chargers cheerleaders one more time. Nice job, ladies. Hey, we want to send out congratulations to our January 2024 Students of the Month. The freshman is Shay T. Sophomore is Wesley G. Junior is Emily F. And senior is Eva L. Congratulations. And keep up the good work. Hope to say your name again next month. There you see what the score is, 41-33. It'll be Seton LaSalle's ball as we start the fourth. Weldon into the corner. Armbar against Seton LaSalle. Offensive foul. Oh no, they call 3 seconds. Sorry about that, no foul, 3 seconds. Cables to Williams, starting the third here. Johnson. He'll pop from the baseline, no good. Up over the top is Merchant. They'll tie it up, that'll be a jump ball. Some more jump balls I've seen in a long time for boys. Ball will stay, arrows facing in favor of Seton LaSalle, or no, Chargers, sorry. Minard will trigger in to get it into Williams. Just underway here in the fourth. Chargers trailing by 8. Minard, long three from Greg Minard, nothing but net. Makes it a 5-point game. 7:10 left here in this one. Merchant to Crummy. Charlie Crummy, the freshman. Hands it off to March. Ian March looking for Sikorsky. Baseline, spin move in the paint. Off the glass. Cables blocks it, takes it away. Here comes Minard. That physical play by Cables, showing some of his quarterback mentality there. Johnson down the paint, off the side of the glass. Williams with the rebound, the putback, no good. Cables can't get the rebound. Another jump ball. This time it'll be Seton LaSalle's ball. McCullough will come in for Williams for the Chargers.
Tell you what, Al, you're starting to get into this part of the game where it's gut check time.
Yep, no doubt.
Especially for this young Chargers team. You want to talk about a game of adversity? This is a perfect example of one.
This is a young Chargers team. We haven't talked much about that since the beginning of the season. This is Weldon with the ball to Merchant. Merchant from the elbow. He likes to shoot from there. He does. Gets it to roll in. Back to a 7-point lead. 6:10 to go. With Sophie to Minard. Another long three from Minard. And he rolls that one in. 4-point game. Merchant now on the logo. Getting the student section fired up. Crummy now with the ball. The freshman playing a heck of a game. This freshman. March to Merchant. Merchant, pull-up jump shot, no good. Cables with another rebound. Comes Grisafi down the court. Under 5.5 to go in this one. Hands it off to McCullough, down the floater. He gets it to go. And it's a 2-point game. Timeout called by Seton LaSalle.
I tell you what, Al, like I just said, you want to talk about a young team growing. Perfect. This is a perfect example of something you're getting to watch right in front of your eyes.
Tuna McCullough, which you said came out scoring hot and heavy, and then he went into a cold streak.
Yeah, he started out 9 points in the first quarter, then was quiet the second and third quarter. Then now he just hit that huge bucket for the Chargers.
2-point game. 5:20 to go in this one. Again, as far as getting in the playoffs, this really doesn't mean anything except for seeding.
Yep.
This is the Chargers playing for an opportunity to play for the section championship.
I tell you what, out of the student section, they're having some fun tonight.
They are. Chargers trying to come back and make a clean sweep of Seton LaSalle this week. Between the boys and the girls. Girls did a fine job of winning that close one down at Seton LaSalle last night. Seton LaSalle trying to stave off that sweep. Chargers trying to complete it. Crummy with the ball. McCullough all over him. Crummy kicks it back out. Merchant top of the key. Weldon now as they play to weave. Underneath is Martin, and he'll lay it up and in. And that was way too easy. Will Martin with the easy bucket, the sophomore. Merchant for Minard. McCullough. Grisafi. Chargers with the weave. Johnson goes down the lane. The floater. Can't get it to go. Cables with the putback, and it goes in. Back to a 2-point game. Crummy now. Looks against McCullough. Hands it off. March rejected by McCullough. Comes out to Merchant, though, to pull up jump shot. Too hard off the iron. March with the rebound, and we get a foul against the Chargers. This is either going to be Cables or I think it was Cables.
Yeah, they're going to call that
Johnson.
Jake Johnson, yeah.
First foul of the quarter goes against the Chargers. Johnson's third. 4:11 left here. Merchant gets it in. Weldon.
I was going to say,
yeah.
Yeah, we can go over this real quick. When you talk about travels and turnovers, Chargers currently have 10 turnovers. Seton LaSalle currently has 6 so far in this game.
So that's fairly even. It's not too bad.
No.
Grisafi, nice little move there. Down the paint, layup. He lays it up, and we're tied at 45. Under 4 minutes to go. Merchant, the big guy, brings it up the court a lot. He'll hand it off to Crummy. From the senior to the freshman, Crummy lays it up, no good. Put back, up and in. Is that March with the bucket? McCullough wanted to shoot, closely guarded by March. Grisafi will hand it off to Minard. To Johnson, going baseline, reverse layup. That one's rejected by Martin. Oh, he gets a foul. Johnson will be at the line for a couple.
Foul 21, Martin, his first. And team's first of the quarter.
Team's first, Martin's first. Johnson. Crummy will have a seat. Smith comes back in for Seton LaSalle. Crummy's played an awful lot. I'm wondering if Smith is not 100%.
Yeah, he's played a lot tonight.
Johnson, perfect on the trip, and we're tied again. 3:15 to go. Smith to March. Finds Martin top. Smith, Marchant. Merchant still with the ball. Finally gets it up to March up top. hands it off to Smith. Under 3 to go. Smith over to Weldon. Spin move. Throws it up. Wildly. McCullough comes down with it. Here comes Johnson and the Chargers. Jake Johnson now. Gasofi will slow it down. 2.5 to go. McCullough kicks it out to Minard. Minard had some big threes tonight. Johnson goes down the lane. He'll lay it off the glass and gets it to go. Chargers take the lead for the first time in a couple quarters.
Like I said, Al, perfect example of a young team in adversity and overcoming it.
2 minutes to go. Smith faked the three. Gets it inside, throws it into the student section. Charger ball. Turnover. 1:58 on the scoreboard clock, and we get a timeout called by Mark Walsh.
That's his first timeout he's called tonight.
Second.
Second? Is it the second? Okay. No discrepancies on that one, like earlier.
No. He calls a full timeout. We'll step aside right along with him here on the OLSH Sports Network. Don't you go away. We got a good one coming down the stretch here. 49-47 Chargers. Glad you could join us. You're watching a good one. I'm LaSalle alongside is Chase Johnson, and glad you could come along, everybody. We'll be back on the air on Thursday. The girls will be taking on South Allegheny. It'll be their senior recognition, so make sure you join us for that one if you can't come out here and say goodbye to the girls' seniors. After the girls' big win over Seton LaSalle last night.
Yeah, that was a huge game, Al, and someone that kind of stood out of that game was Morgan O'Brien, the senior forward. She ended up with 21 points last night.
Yeah, she tied up the game with a bucket, and then at the buzzer won the game. So we might be coming down to that here. 1:58 on the clock. Chargers have a 2-point lead and the ball. It's Gasofi. Luca hands it off. Foul on Smith. That's a blocking foul. He stepped right into him. He's complaining about it. His second, team second. Greg Minor right in front of us will trigger this one in. Offensive foul. If this is on Johnson, it's his fourth. It is. Johnson picks up his fourth. Second on the Chargers. 1:47 to go here. Coming to March. Merchant goes baseline, floats it up, doesn't go. March gets the rebound. Here comes a three. It's good from Merchant. Gives Seton LaSalle 1-point lead with 90 seconds to go. Gasofi will slow it down. Luca hands it off to McCullough. McCullough, the floater. Won't go. Merchant with the rebound. Seton LaSalle with 1:10 to go. 70 seconds. Crummy. March going mad over there, trying to get his gut players in the right position. There's Merchant. Under a minute to go. With 1-point lead. Seton LaSalle has it. Martin, top of the key. Merchant. Walsh had to call a timeout. His players weren't where they were supposed to be in his estimation. I got Seton LaSalle with 2 timeouts left.
Yep, that's what I have also.
Chargers with 3. 30-second timeout. Yeah, I just saw Smith go into the trainer room for Seton LaSalle.
Yeah.
So he's not 100%. .51 seconds left. Both teams with 2 fouls each here in the fourth. Jake Johnson on the court with 4 fouls. OLSH trails by 1. The possession arrow is in favor of the Chargers. Seton LaSalle, I don't know if I mentioned, has 2 timeouts. Chargers have 3. Seton LaSalle with the ball. 51 seconds. Here we go. They get up into the backcourt to Martin. He hands it off to Merchant. Merchant across to Martin. Minard picks up the foul. That's the Chargers' third. Minard's third. March will trigger in.
5
5-second violation. 5-second violation, turnover. Ian March had nowhere to go. The senior, instead of calling timeout, elected to hold on to it. Mark Walsh is complaining, but that was a clear timeout on the floor.
43 seconds, timeout, Chargers.
Chargers call the timeout.
It's a full timeout.
Full timeout.
I will say, Al, I'm actually kind of surprised there that Walsh, for how far he was out on the court, did not get teed up right there, because he was definitely at half court there on his side.
Yeah, that plus he was out on the volleyball court.
Yes, yeah. I was very surprised by that.
So anyway, now we're down to 43 seconds. Possession arrow still with the Chargers. 3 fouls on the Chargers, 2 on Seton LaSalle. So Seton LaSalle has 2 fouls to give. Not that they want to give fouls right now. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. A 1-point lead by Seton LaSalle. And the decibel level in here is going through the roof.
Yes, it is.
It's McCullough, Minard, Grasafi, Johnson, and Cables out here for the Chargers. Weldon, Marsh, Martin, Crummy, and Sikorsky, or Merchant out here for Seton LaSalle. And here we go, 40 seconds to go. Chargers trail by 1. It's Grasafi. Johnson, Cables, underneath, he lays it up in, and the foul!
I will tell you what, Al, the screen that K-Ball set there literally sent Charlie Crummy into the OLSH players bench.
Oh, yeah.
Perfectly executed play.
This is huge. Can't get it to go. Rebound. It's off of March. Chargers have it with 30 seconds left. Chargers up by 1. 30 seconds to go. Minard to trigger in. And wisely, Minard calls the timeout.
And that's definitely a heads-up play there by Minard. He's a guy who always triggers those inbound passes in, and he's always real quick on those timeouts instead of getting a little stressed out there and getting close to 5 seconds.
Both teams with 3 fouls, so both teams have 1 foul to give. Possession arrow still with the Chargers.
And that could be big coming down here towards the end.
I see Eli Smith back out of the trainer's room over by the bench area for Seton LaSalle. So that's never want to see anybody injured. So What a game. If you wanted a good one, you tuned into a good one. People here at the packed AAC, Batman over there flying in front of the student section. You don't see it, but...
Yeah, if I'm correct, that's Anthony Hansen as Batman.
Yeah. It is. Minor to trigger in. 30 seconds. They get it into Cables. I thought they were going to call foul.
I did too.
On Martin, but Cables got the ball, smacked it off of Martin, out of bounds. Chargers will trigger in again.
I was going to say, I literally just saw what I saw there, Al, exactly was Martin pushing and also grabbing on K-Balls' jersey to the point where he pulled K-Balls' jersey up and his back was showing. I've never seen such a thing like that.
And
definitely
not called.
something. Yeah, not called.
Chargers called their final timeout.
I'm actually very surprised that wasn't called there beforehand.
Everybody's bunched up inside the arc.
Yes.
What do you have to do is just release somebody back into the backcourt and just throw it back there. They just need to get the ball in bounds. Timeout called by the Chargers. They have no more timeouts. Seton LaSalle has 2 in their pocket.
Listen, in these situations, if you're the Chargers, you get in a situation where you get the ball inbounded, you get your best free throw shooter. Continue, let them foul you to keep doing the same thing, setting it up the right way, so then you can end up at the line, if need be.
I would send...
But you definitely should have somebody sending somebody deep.
I would send Johnson back deep, Johnson or, McCullough.
Yes.
One of those two guys back deep to get the ball into the backcourt. 28 seconds to go. Chargers clinging to that 1-point lead. Still trying to inbound. Seton LaSalle doing their best to disrupt the Chargers inbound here, and they've been doing a good job so far. Here we go. They get it in. Gasafi. They just need to play keep away now.
Yep.
They get the foul. Crummy gets the foul. That's the 4th. 4th on Seton LaSalle. So the next foul, the Chargers will be at the line. They are in the bonus. They get it into the backcourt. Gasafi gets the foul. Gasafi will be at the line with 23 seconds left.
Seton LaSalle fouled at 30. Charlie Crummy, that's his 4th.
Crummy picks up his 4th.
Sends 11, Luka Gasafi to the line.
Luka Gasafi at the line. Seton LaSalle calls a timeout, trying to ice him up. Seton LaSalle with 1 timeout remaining.
That's a full timeout, Seton.
It's the one thing, Al, that I talked about the last few weeks for the Chargers, and you really, really hope that it's not gonna ruin things.
Well, the last time these two played, free throws killed the Chargers in that game.
Yep, and it did. And that right there, that worries me.
23.3 up on the scoreboard clock. That's what remains in this one. You see the score. Chargers with that 1-point lead. Gasafi still has 1 more to shoot. This one's huge because that would force Seton LaSalle to either just tie it up with a bucket or go for the win with a 3. And 23 seconds is a long time.
Yes, yes, it is.
So one timeout remains in this game. It belongs to Seton LaSalle. And he gets the second one. It's a 2-point game. Here comes Merchant. Under 20 to go here. Merchant. Cables picks up the reach-in foul. That'll be the 4th on the Chargers. So both teams now in the bonus. 14 seconds to go. Chargers with a 2-point. Timeout called by Seton LaSalle. That's the final timeout of the game.
Yep.
No timeouts remaining. Remember, the possession arrow is still in favor of the Chargers. That's huge to remember. 14.8 on the clock. 2-point lead for the Chargers. Both teams are in the bonus.
Yeah, now, I mean, like you just said, the possession error is in favor of the Chargers here. You get an inbounds here where you get a jump ball, you're going to waste a lot of time on the clock for that. And that's something definitely I'm sure that head coach Mike Rodriguez definitely has in the back of his mind right now. And on top of that also, like you just said also, both teams out of timeouts. You're down to the nitty-gritty of it. That's all you got left.
Williams checking in for the Chargers. See who has a seat.
Which is a very smart play by head coach Mike Rodriguez because Gino Williams is an exceptional defensive player.
Oh, absolutely. So they're going to put Johnson on the bench. They'll keep Jake Johnson on the bench. Gino Williams comes in for him. 14 seconds on the clock. Merchant will trigger in. Here we go. They get it into March. To Merchant. 10 seconds. Merchant. Throws a big one up. March goes up with it. Grisafi comes down with it. A foul on Grisafi will be back at the line with 1.4 seconds left. The foul is going to go against Martin.
Wow.
These, even with 1.4, if you get two, if he gets them both here, the game's over. That would make it a 2-possession game. Grisafi misses the first. All right. So Luca's got to get at least this one to make it a 3-point game. So the worst they could do is tie it. And he does. And they throw it out of bounds.
Wow.
Martin throws it into the Charger bench. It's Charger ball.
Wait, okay, never mind. I thought we were going to, they were bringing the refs were coming down here signaling in.
No, but the Chargers will trigger in on the baseline because it was thrown straight out of bounds.
Yes.
And the Seton LaSalle fans are fouling out. Minard gets it into Cables. He'll just dribble it out. That's the game. The Chargers victorious over Seton LaSalle and put themselves into a position to possibly have a section title. And the Seton LaSalle fans are all over the referees.
Yes, they are.
And this is typical of Seton LaSalle fans. I'm telling you, I don't want to badmouth them, but last time we beat them, they did the same exact thing. Chargers victorious here, 53-50 over Seton LaSalle. Seton LaSalle, they lose their first section game of the season, and it comes against the Chargers. They split the season series, and both teams now are 10-1 in section. Next up for Seton LaSalle, they will play Stowe Rocks at Seton LaSalle. And the Chargers will be on the road against Keystone Oaks. And if both the teams win, Chargers and Seton LaSalle will be section winners. If one of them loses, then the other team will be the sole section champions.
And I mean, like you said, I mean, you're talking about that Stowe Rocks game isn't a cakewalk.
No,
not at all. Neither is Keystone Oaks for the Chargers.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about two very key section games and two games that could completely flip things for either of these teams. When you look at stuff, I mean, for the Chargers, I mean, you look at it as that game that Seton LaSalle has against Stowe Rocks, and Stowe Rocks would end up winning that game. And like I said earlier, that game early on in the season, Seton LaSalle only won that game by 2 points. The score was 57-55, but then you flip it over for the Chargers, you look at it, when the Chargers played Keystone Oaks the last time, that score of that game was 43-40. So, I mean, both those games against both those teams, they were very close, and it's going to be a very key thing, and it's going to come down to the wire for who truly is going to win this section. You're either going to win it outright or you're going to win a share of it, and the Chargers solidified themselves to at least win a share of it tonight, and that's definitely a big thing for the Chargers. And in a game like this, like I said earlier on, Al, for a team like this, for the Chargers, for as young as a team as they are, the adversity that this team has went through in the last few weeks and just tonight is a perfect example of seeing a team grow.
Well, just to answer your question, Chargers now with this win are on a 7-game win streak, so they just keep it rolling. They just seem to improve and find ways to win.
Yeah, exactly. And like I mean, we can look at past OLSH teams too, but we've said this earlier on. This teams get hot at the perfect time,
right?
And a lot of past OLSH teams have done the same type of thing. They get hot at the end of the season, and that's exactly what the Chargers are doing right now, not only on the boys but also on the girls' side, too.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's something, when you look at that, it's a very big part of this, and head coach Mike Rodriguez, the way that this team has grown and the adversity they went through, and a perfect example tonight when I was talking about adversity, this team was down 9 points at one point, ended up coming back and ended up winning this game. And for that's something that stands out, and for a young team, it's something that you can build on and as you go into the playoffs.
We'll step aside real quick. We'll catch our breath. We'll come back and put a bow on this one, but the Chargers victorious 53-50 over section rival Seton LaSalle here at the AAC. Don't go away. We'll be right back to wrap this one up. Chargers put the first check in the loss column for Seton LaSalle in section, and both teams now are 10-1 in section, and Chargers in the position now. They gave themselves an opportunity, as we just said, to give themselves a share of the section title. So, Chase, what got us here tonight?
Yeah, let's run down through the score, and we'll start with the visiting Seton LaSalle Rebels. Hayden Merchant ended up with 17 points. Definitely a guy in the first quarter was held to 0 points and then kind of gradually continued to build throughout the game. He ended with 17. The next leading scorer for the Rebels was Patrick Weldon. He had 15. After that, the third leading scorer was Nick Skorsky. He ended up with 7 points. After that, you had 3 players knotted up with 3 points. You had Ian March with 3, Eli Smith with 3, and also Charlie Crummy with 3. And then to round out for the Seton LaSalle scoring, you ended with Will Martin. He ended up with 2 points. Then you flip it over to the Chargers. You had scoring from all kinds of different people tonight. If you look over things, the leading scorer for the Chargers was actually Jake Johnson. He ended up with 14 points. The next leading scorer for the Chargers was Greg Menard. He ended up with 12 points. The next leading scorer after that for the Chargers was Tiernan McCullough. He had 11. Then rounding out the Chargers, you had Van Cavals, who had 8 points, who had 2 huge baskets there in the fourth quarter with under a minute left. Moving on with that, you then had Luca Grisafi, who ended with 4. Then you had Patrick Altmar with 2. You had Austin Absek with 2, and Gino Williams with 1, and that rounds out the scoring for the Chargers.
It's just fun to talk about and fun to see. Tiernan McCullough, the team is leaning on on his scoring the last couple games. Today, I give Seton LaSalle credit. They kind of like kept him in check, but you had several other Chargers stepping up and filling in the point total. So, I mean, that's credit to the Coach Rodriguez and the players.
Yeah, and like we said, we could talk about this all night about how good of a head coach Mike Rodriguez is. I mean, he has, I mean, like we said, I mean, he has coming into tonight, he had 408 wins for a reason, and he ends up with 409 after tonight. And this one definitely is a lot sweeter for him, especially with this team, talking with him throughout the season, how young they are. Definitely a lot sweeter. And like we said, I mean, he's a great coach, and he has a great team, and at that, a young team. And this Chargers team, I will say, the rest of the season, going in playoffs, is going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah. Speaking of watching, what's on tap here for the OLSH Sports Network? We are back on the air on Thursday. The girls in action against South Allegheny. Actually, we have 3 more broadcasts here in the regular season for basketball, so it's coming to an end here. The girls' senior night is on Thursday against South Allegheny right here at the AAC. Make sure if you're not here in person, to say thank you and good luck to the seniors. Make sure that you're watching. Then the very next night on Friday, we'll go on the road to Keystone Oaks, the boys, in a very big battle, which could mean the section title or not. I mean, the Chargers are either going to be in first or second place in the section, and that's a fact.
Yep.
So Keystone Oaks, as you said, we beat them by 3 points last time here on this court, and it's a much different place to play down there at Keystone Oaks. So we'll see what happens down there, but we'll be there to bring it to you. And then the final broadcast of the regular season, the boys in action again on Monday, the 12th. It'll be their senior recognition, and they will be playing a very good 1A Rochester squad. The Rams come in. I think they're ranked in 1A. I know they're near the top of their section, if not at the top. I didn't check coming into tonight, but I know they're very good.
Yes, yeah, they're extremely good Rochester team. That's a team in 1A that I expect to make a very deep run in the playoffs and possibly win the whole thing in Class A. But like you said, I mean, that's not the rest of the season isn't tough, and not just for OLSH, but it's not tough for Seton LaSalle either.
All right, that being said, it's time to wrap this one up. We'll go join the festivities. You can see all the excitement now on the court as we sign off. I want to thank everybody involved. Thank Coach Mack for everything he does, makes this possible. Heather Parker for doing what you do to help me make this easy. Coach Rodriguez and his coaching staff, and of course all the players and who chip in and running the camera. They're getting better as the season goes on. I'm sure you're watching all that. So thanks to all of them. I'm LaSalle saying thanks a lot. Chase Johnson is alongside. Thank you, sir, for coming in. And it'll be you and I again on Thursday. So thanks a lot, everybody. Chargers win 53-50 over Seton LaSalle, and tightens up the lead spot in Section 2 of 3A. And we'll see you again on Thursday night as the girls are in action right here at the AAC. Chargers win 53-50. Good night, everybody. Everybody stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you on Thursday.